Well, hello everybody. Hello my Psyquine students. Welcome to the stream. How are you all today? We are going to be doing something a little different today, as you probably saw by the thumbnail. Instead of working on my game, I wanted to celebrate the greenlit Knights of Guinevere show. As people who have been watching my streams for a while might know, I really liked the pilot for Knights of Guinevere. And I just really like her character design in general, so I thought it'd be really fun to try my hand at doing a quick sculpt of her. Just to kind of test out my skills, keep my sculpting skills sharp and all of that. You know. Practicing and all that jazz, while also doing a character that I quite enjoy and quite like. So, yeah. Congratulations to the Knights of Guinevere team at Glitch for getting greenlit. I don't know how much of her I'm actually going to sculpt. I might do her entire body. I might have this as like a portfolio piece kind of thing. Or I might just have fun and do as much as I want and then stop. Right now, it's just... we're just doing this for the fun of it and to celebrate the greenlit status that it now possesses. So, yeah, we're just gonna have fun with it. Who knows, we might do other glitch characters in the future, like Pomni or Jax or something. We'll see. Also, part of the reason, too, that I'm doing this, not just because I wanted to and to take a break for a little bit, but also because our little cow that we have been working on is not quite ready for texturing yet. I still have to... I finished the retopology on it, but it still has some stuff I need to do. Specifically, unwrapping. Oh, dang it. Is this not... why is there no... Why is it not cutting symmetrically? Hello? It shows symmetrical here. Why is it not cutting symmetrically? Are you kidding me? Maybe it's because it has to be the knife? I don't know. Hold on. Okay, yeah, it's gotta be the knife. ZBrush is kind of whack sometimes. Oh yeah, my little work PNG. You guys are so good at correcting me. Work mode activated. Oh, wrong way. So, different 3D artists have different ways of starting the head and starting the sculpting process for the head. Sometimes I kind of change how I start it every time. There's different techniques, different ways to do it, but I sort of do just what I feel like. Let's see. Steam the Robot made a video on your game and even tried to do the lore about it. Oh. That's pretty cool. I'll have to take a look later. Huh, cool. Steam the Robot? That's the name of the YouTube channel? I can't seem to find their YouTube channel. Maybe you could link it on Discord? One thing I also like to do when I'm sculpting is use the Trim Dynamic brush and really feel out the planes of the face. So you can break down the head into various planes. So that's a fun exercise. Hello, welcome to the chat. Oh, by the way, the music that we're listening to right now is the 1 hour of relaxing, not cry music, part 2. So yes, more Genshin music. I love it, and it doesn't get claimed as easily by YouTube copyright, so... Like I always say, sculpts always look really bad when you first are starting out. It takes some time for them to actually look good. Or maybe I'm just coping. Oh, you're right. They do kind of remind me of, Frankie and Andrea kind of remind me of Tulio and Miguel. Good point. Ivana asks, are you gonna buy the art of Knights of Guinevere? Gosh, I wish I could. I already bought the Knights of Guinevere figure, the Animates figure. I also have the Animates figure of Pomni as well. I really like getting the vinyl figures. Those are my favorite types of merch to buy usually. So I'm a little bit tapped out on getting glitch stuff. I got the Knights of Guinevere figure before the art book was announced. Now I'm kind of sad, like maybe I should have gotten the art book instead, but they're both so good. But I already did my part in supporting the show, and gotta keep money for my games, so... Would she get along with Aelin? I don't know. The guy that made the characters in the Telltale's Walking Dead has some great ZBrush character tutorials. Really? Oh, that's something I'll have to look up. That sounds like a really good resource. Ivana asks, speaking of indie, what do you think of Matt Braley's new project, Clara and Below? I don't know yet. I just don't think I know enough about it yet. Matt Braley is the one that did Amphibia, right? I did hear the news that he was making his own kind of new indie studio. Is that correct? Okay, I think we're starting to get to the point where I will need to retopologize this. Not retopologize, but remesh this. Dynamesh! Ew! Okay, that should be good for now. Now let's work on this horrible mouth. One moment. Cakes Gaming Time asks, what app do you use? This base looks really smooth so far. Thank you. This is ZBrush. It's kind of the standard industry sculpting tool. It's not the only one out there. There's some competition, but it's sort of the one that all the industry people use. It's pretty, at least it was hard for me to learn though. It took some time and it's kind of expensive, so. Thankfully, though, you can have a one-time purchase. And we got a new subscriber. Glass Laughter just subscribed. Thank you so much for your subscription, and welcome to Noirmore Academy. Yeah, I'm assuming that that's sort of the intention of having her always look prim and ready for a photo. See, she always has a very photogenic look to her because who knows who in the park is going to be taking pictures at any time. You wouldn't want her to look weird in a picture, after all. She's always must look just like a princess. Oh yes, that commercial for the merch where someone was wearing a bad cosplay of her. That was pretty funny. I don't know if this was the intention, but it reminded me... I mean, I'm assuming the reference was supposed to be to those bad rip-off Halloween costumes that you find at, like, all those Halloween stores. But it also reminded me of how the original Mickey Mouse costumes looked on the first day that Disneyland opened. And how scary they looked. Which is a pretty deep-cut reference and pretty funny, if that was intentional. But I think it was more of a reference to Halloween spirit costumes, which is also funny. Jan Ronigan says, still believe her design would greatly improve with eye-mounted laser weapons, but that's just me. Hey, I mean, we don't know exactly what some of her self-defense weapons are. After all, she took out that giant robot in the first episode, so hey, maybe she does have eye lasers. We don't know. Guess we'll find out. Yeah, there's a lot of AI scams around. Be careful, guys. Okay, I think I made the mouth too big for one thing. But again, we're still in the early process, so there's going to be a lot of moving stuff around. I do have a robot character named Illuminara. She is getting a huge rework. And she's from Earth in my story. So she's from the cyberpunk themed planet. AKA Earth, yeah. The music I'm playing is from the latest update from Genshin Impact. Monster Hunter music sounds like a good suggestion, though. Thank you, Dana. Yeah, I'm sure there's going to be some sort of interesting twists going on with what Gwen really is. If she does have some level of human components, or maybe like lab-grown organs or something. I'm sure there's a lot of secrets and reveals that will happen in the future that are going to be pretty fun. It's exactly the kind of show that immediately catches my attention, that's for sure. Another good show y'all should be watching is Severance. If you want some good lore and secret reveals and cults. Anybody in the chat watch Severance? Please, please, somebody else must also watch Severance. Yes, Taylor, I've also heard that theory that she's based on Olivia's mother. That one definitely has a lot of merit. There's a lot of stuff that hints to it in the pilot. Very Evangelion, wouldn't you say? Yeah, I'm sculpting Guinevere for funsies because I just wanted to take a break to do something a little different since I've just been working on my game for a while. But also to celebrate the show being greenlit and because my cow is not quite ready for texturing yet. So I could stream the process of unwrapping it and all that stuff, but I just felt like it would be kind of boring because the cow has so much fur and hair and fluff that it's just kind of time consuming and boring to unwrap. So I didn't think it'd be very entertaining to watch. This sculpting heads and stuff I think is a lot more fun to watch, but that's just me. Hey, that's a good theory. Apple TV doesn't get a lot of good coverage. Yeah, it feels like... Wait, hold on. What did I just do? One second. I have to make a folder for this. Okay. There we go. I don't know if I'm gonna sculpt the full body. I'm at least gonna sculpt her head and neck. Oh, the Gaslight District already has been greenlit. Don't worry about that. I think that might be the show that's coming first before Guinevere. I mean, they might go the route of releasing them at like the same time, but I don't know how that would work on their team. I feel like that would be a lot to handle at once. Oh! Kalubooble Snoot just donated $5. Just wanted to donate, they say. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the support. And you even got the derpy link gif. Thank you so much for the support. Your donation to Noirmore Academy will further the education of our students. Yes, I'm doing the classic version of Gwen. I've heard Plurbius is good as well. Same guy that did Breaking Bad. Scotty Morris says, I had a blast with the audition for the Bard, and I'm so excited to see the final voice for each character. Me too. Like I said this on Discord and stuff, but I probably should say it here too. The auditions are closed now. It's gonna take me a while to get through them. I got thousands of auditions, so I'm sorry if it takes a while for me to finish casting. But I'm only one person, so I'm gonna give it my best, but it might take a while. She does look like a Monster High doll. A lot of those, you know, cutesy girl toy lines have similar design elements, just like my game. Thank you, Outer Space Sushi. I'd say that Gwen is my favorite. But I'm looking forward to seeing how all of the characters come together to make the show awesome. Dana Rogan asks, fun fact, frogs swallow food with the back of their eyeballs because of how big they are. I've seen that. It's pretty crazy. Pretty fun. Oh yeah, that's a funny idea, Jenna Rogan, with how big her eyes are. Some people were theorizing that she might need blood to live, based on the trailer having so much blood in it for episode 2. I don't know though. We'll see. Because there was a line in the pilot that was about how these machines that ran on blood and fear might be a reference to that, but I don't know. That could also mean... Some people interpreted that line to come from Guinevere's point of view and how she thinks humans are, like how she interprets humans as beings of machines of blood that run on fear type of thing, which is an interesting interpretation. I guess we'll have to see what happens. The Raining Taco song? Yeah, I remember that. You're right, that does sound a little bit like murder drones. We'll have to find out. I like murder drones, but it is very flawed. It does not have enough exposition. To even understand what's really going on, you have to like pause and analyze the entire show, which is not great. I think that kind of stuff is fine for background lore, but literally the actual main plot of the story is somewhat unintelligible unless you take the time to do that. So I think that they have taken that criticism to heart because their shows since then have done a lot better at exposition. Still having lore that you can find, but also having you be able to understand what the heck is going on from the outset, which is very nice. They're getting better and better, I think. You hear men singing because that's in the playlist that I'm playing from Genshin. Can y'all like hear the music? Well, or is it like really low? Oh, Sienna Burke just subscribed. Thank you so much for subscribing. And welcome to Noirmore Academy, new student. Welcome, BB Candle Fairy. Yeah, Murder Drones is an action show first and foremost, and it really succeeds at that. I really do. Like, Murder Drones is flawed, but I really enjoyed it, and I quite liked the characters. The Oddball Artist says, been snooping for a long while. Want to say we're all very grateful for your hard work on Noirmore, and we're very excited. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And thank you for joining and supporting the streams. Yeah, I heard the Owl House is continuing in books, which is pretty cool. Though I personally haven't watched the show. I don't have Disney Plus. Poppy Playtime's gonna release Chapter 5 tomorrow. Ooh, that sounds fun. I can't wait to watch someone play it. Because I don't really play horror games. However, I've been thinking of streaming Resident Evil 9. What do you guys think? Should I do it? Should I expose myself to that kind of torment of seeing my fear be streamed to the world? Cartoon Addict says, I realized since the pilot said there's as many Gwens as stars in the sky, would that mean any fan-made version of her is technically canon? Maybe so. Maybe it's kind of like Hatsune Miku, where whatever kind of interpretation of Miku you make is somewhat canon because she's just kind of a character that is up for interpretation and for creative... all kinds of creative things can be done with her. That's an alien. That's a little gray man. Yep. For right now, she's looking like a little alien, that's for sure. But hey, since she comes from Park Planet, which is not Earth, at least as far as we know, Does she not count as an alien already? So I think I'm being thematically appropriate here. I don't think if it's ever implied that aliens exist in this world. It does seem to just be a spacefaring human civilization. I wonder if adding aliens would sort of muddy the message a little bit. It seems to be a little more focused on humanity and greed. The very human state of being greedy. Park Planet is just Florida? Yeah, sure. That sounds about right. All right. I'm gonna soften these lines a little bit, soften these edges a little. Well, I think it's coming along now. It's finally gotten to that point where it's not the most horrendous thing I've ever seen anymore. Don't know how much I should have of the little tear duct here though, because it's not really visible at all in the art. I might squish this down a little bit. I don't know if I'm trying to do like an exact copy of the art or if I'm just kind of doing her in my style. I think it's sort of just becoming her in my style right now. Alright, I need to see her from 3/4 angle. Let's see. I think I made her chin too blocky. When I see this from her front angle, it's giving, you know, like a sort of blocked off chin there. But if you look at her other art, it doesn't have that. That's a pointy chin. Pointy chin, pointy chin. So I think I need to shave. I need to shave this jaw down a bit. She's gonna have some facial reconstruction surgery. Psyquine Guinevere? That could be fun, but I've been making so many Psyquine. I need to branch out a little. Alright, we are shaving down your jawline, girly. Yeah, both of us were very inspired by Disney and girls' toy line type of art styles, so it only seems natural that she'd come easily to me in terms of sculpting her look. Chin maxing Guinevere is spiking my cortisol. Yeah, sure, that's what's going on. All this Gen Z talk is making me feel old. I hope the fan isn't too loud in the background. It's getting hot in here, so I had to turn it on. I wish my mic didn't pick up so much background noise. I might have to get a new mic or something if I'm gonna keep streaming like this. Every time I listen back to my streams, I'm horrified how much background noise there is. So I hope the music can somewhat make up for that. Okay, she really needs a neck. We are giving this woman a neck. I'm still not done with her face, but we're gonna block out some of this stuff here. She's got a thin little pretty princess neck. Get this woman a neck stat! She needs 20 cc's of neck. Hurry! Oh, wrong brush. There we go. Saving. Okay. She needs more cheek. She kind of looked like she has cat ears. Oh, I see it. That reminds me of Daya from Genshin, actually. Hold on. So this character from Genshin is named Daya, and she does not have cat ears, but she has hair that looks like cat ears. It's kind of stupid, but I also kind of like it. It's stupid, but it's kind of cool. See, look, she even has human ears right there. But she's also got cat ears. Hair cat ears, hair vents. Behold, she is now Block Woman. See, the way I interpret it is that cat girls have cat ears, but they don't have human ears. That, yeah, they just have like a void there. That's how my characters work. Got a very rough block out for her torso. We're gonna leave it there for now. Oh, trust me, Dana, I have had to fight with this for so long. Designing every, especially male character in my games has been hell when I try to figure out how it's not gonna look awkward when the ears are not where they're supposed to be, especially with male hairstyles. It's horrible. I have to get around it every time. Again, especially with male characters. The way I've kind of tried to fix it is by having big sideburns. So like, instead of his ears being here, I just have some massive sideburns on the hair. But it's still tough and still sometimes doesn't look quite right. But I've been trying my best to get around that. It is the burden that I must bear. Of just deciding to have my game take place on a fantasy planet instead of just being on Earth like a sane person. Okay, her head is not done yet, but I want to start blocking out her hair because her hair is fun. First off, I'm gonna do some coloring here. Of her kind of purple gray skin. Color, fill object. Color, fill object. Color, fill object. And then here, her eyes, of course, white. And now let's get to this freaking hair. This freaking hair. Yeah, a lot of people, especially if it's cat girls, it's kind of easy to hide where the ears are supposed to be in the hair. Though if you're trying to do a cat girl with a ponytail, it's a little harder. You probably have to have some side bangs that cover up that part. Okay, now comes the fun part. Hair time! First we do the base of the hair like this. I still think I messed up on her face a little bit. Again, her face is not done, but I feel like I made the bottom of her face too small. I don't know. One moment. Maybe not. But maybe when she's in this style, it kind of looks too big-eyed. I'll have to keep toying with this a bit. Ah! What did I just do? Okay, there. Neck is too thick and short. That sounds about right. All right, back to the hair for now. Append. Ah! Hold on. There we go. Ah! That's not it. Messed up there. Ha ha ha. Giant ball. Well, that was easy. I'm actually gonna like draw some of the hair stuff in there though, so we're not quite done. How fun is that? That's where she stores the blood? Yeah, definitely. Let's see. Alright, the playlist is about to end, so someone suggested Monster Hunter music. Let's go ahead and do that. This one is Monster Hunter World Relaxing Ambient Music YouTube video. So let's go ahead and try this out. I love drawing creatures with big ears. They're just so cute. As you may have noticed from a lot of my creatures. They were filming a Christmas movie at your local mall. That's pretty cool. Oh, we got a new subscriber. Sarah02, wow, just subscribed. Thank you so much for joining Noirmore Academy. Hope you enjoy your stay. Thank you, Project Seltzer. I'm gonna progress on the hair a little more later. Now I want to do some more details on her face. Like, I want to give her some eyebrows and then work on some of the details on her eyes and eyelashes a little more. Let's start with the eyebrows. Hopefully this doesn't crash my computer. Let's see what happens when we Z-remesh. Ooh, nice. Looks good. Are there any fan theories about Knights of Guinevere that you guys really like? I know the stuff about Olivia's mom is pretty credible. It's alright, Enchanted BB Fly. Glad you're here. Want to see something cool? 1 second, and painting time. Multi-Fandom Studios asks, hi! Why are we making Gwen 3D? Commission? Just for fun. I don't have the cow ready for doing texture work yet, so this week I wanted to do something different, do some fan art for a change, to celebrate the Knights of Guinevere getting greenlit. And also to practice. So getting her lips and stuff painted in is gonna really make this start to pop, I think. Thank you, Cakes Gaming Time. Now she's looking more like her. Finally color in streams, yeah. Normally I don't need to color in ZBrush. I do that through texturing in 3D Coat, but for today, we're having fun. Since this isn't going to be an in-game model or anything. Fun is not allowed in game dev. Oh man, you're right. Dana Rogan says, I haven't had fun since 2019. Fair enough, fair enough. I haven't had fun since 2019. Well, guess what? I haven't had fun since 1987. Ever since that bite of 87, nothing has been the same for me. Oh, that bite of 87. I have not watched Iron Lung yet. I would like to, though. If Park Planet was a real amusement park, would you go there? Probably not. If I have a chance of getting a life-ending disease. She's looking scary. Oh, there's I would definitely want to make like a theme park level at some point in something. I don't know which game that'll be, but I love like theme parks in video games, which is I know is probably a pretty niche thing to say, but I really like seeing people like put in the thought and the effort of thinking through how they would make a theme park in a fictional little park. Mr. 10 years in the joint says, I'm broke today. well, welcome back nonetheless. thank you so much again for all the support you've shown in the past. It's really awesome. Miss Girl is really needing some eyelashes. Alright, Miss Girl, let's give you some eyelashes. I have to say, I'm surprised how much progress has been made so far. Yes, I have heard that Owl House is getting a comic continuation. Though again, I haven't watched the Owl House, so... But I'm glad for the people that are fans of that. Hello, Not Doodle Zap. Welcome. I think if I want to imitate the expression in here, I'm gonna have to make some adjustments. Cause yeah, she looks zoinked out of her mind right now. Just do. Oh, I did that. Okay. Hold on. I just did something that is annoying. Clear. Okay, there we go. Taylor says, it would be really cool to see you do fan art streams more often. Maybe. I would like to make more fan art. It's just having the time to do it. That's the question. Dana Rogan says, Ink, have you made some Dead Gods fan art yet? If not, when? I've been heavily considering it. Again, it's a lot of it comes down to time. But I really want to sculpt that girl with the hair over her eyes. Because I really like her design. But I have sculpted fan art for Matt Rhodes before. I did the hero from Tellurian at one point. I posted that like way back in the server, when the server was first started. Hold on, I think I can pull it up on my ArtStation. I did put it on my ArtStation, right? Pretty sure I did. One moment. Oh, what? I didn't put it on my ArtStation? Bruh. Hold on. Let me scroll back on my Instagram. There we go. This was the fan art I did for the Tellurian webcomic. Yeah, the girl's probably cooked, but you know what? We survive. We carry on. So yeah, this was the fan art I made. I guess it's held up pretty well. No, I'm not using the model for my game. Just for fun, fan art. Thank you, Enchanted BB Fly. Just add the high, raw ZBrush high poly model into my game. Yes, yes. I'm sure my players would love it. Yeah. Just like Garden of Banban. What's her name? Oh, this character? This character is Princess Gwen from the web series Knights of Guinevere. It's free on YouTube. You should check it out. Not that they really need any free promotion from me, but... There's like a billion characters in Fortnite. Oh, you mean League of Legends. Do you mean Gwen? Wait a second. I just realized that the character in League that looks like her is also named Gwen. Guys, for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, this is Gwen from League of Legends. She is a living doll who came to life through magic. And her name's Gwen. She also is a living doll, aka like robot doll, who has giant blue pigtails, buns, and crazy eyes. Quinky dink, I'm sure. No, I'm not even being facetious there. It is almost definitely a coincidence. Because the League character came out quite, like 3 years ago now. The one that's on Fortnite? Oh, you do mean Jinx. Okay. Well, the only similarity is the blue hair, I think. Did Jinx ever come back to the Fortnite shop? When I did play Fortnite, it was like, well, more regularly anyway. It was after Jinx had left the shop, and I had been waiting for her to come back to the shop for so long. And she, like, never did when I was playing regularly. Jinx was in Fortnite, yep. Jinx and Vi were both in Fortnite at one point. And they, like, never came back. Oh yes, the Mickey Mouse ears are definitely just coincidence. Bruh. This still is not looking right. Hold on. Oh yeah, Road to El Dorado, Spirit, Sinbad. I love all of those so much. I grew up watching Spirit so many times when I was a kid. So many times. Okay. Okay, we ran out of music. Hold on. Let's do Baldur's Gate 3, peaceful music and ambiance. Alright, let's try this out. My YouTube is working. Okay. Let's try adding her last little eyelashes. All right, all right. Now let's smooth this out. And let's try duplicating. Oh my god, these are so thick. Hold on. Whoopsie. Let's try this. Goodness. It just kind of looks like spider legs. I'm gonna have to fix this. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Do you think she can kill Springtrap? Yeah, you know what? I think she could kill Springtrap. She is like a future robot android that easily murked a giant robot. So I think she could handle Springtrap. Unless she's like, I don't know, weak to ghost energy or something. Weak to the supernatural. But Springtrap is a rotting corpse inside a rusty suit, so I think Gwen would win. But remember, he always comes back. Yeah, and as soon as he comes back, she'll just kill him again. It's like the immortal snail that always comes after you. Sure, he's immortal, but there are ways to deal with him, so you don't have to see him again in a long time. What would you guys say is your favorite indie animation? Like, ever. You can even count weird stuff like ASDF or Newgrounds stuff. I haven't seen Megan, so I have no idea. Rough Danger Dogs, Hella Boss, Digital Circus. Oh, I wish I wasn't a magical girl. Yeah. Has been. What is BFDI? Ramshackle. I've seen that one. It's pretty good. Battle for Dream Island. Huh, I haven't heard about it. There we go. Okay. I think my favorites have got to be Guinevere and Lackadaisy right now. Digital Circus is pretty up there though. Oh, Spice Frontier. Yeah, I like that one too. That one is very underrated, I'd say. if you guys want to find a very beautifully animated 3D pilot that no one is talking about for some reason, look up Spice Frontier on YouTube. It's like a sci-fi series about this guy. I think the implication is that Earth is like a rare culture around the planet, and he wants to bring Earth recipes to space, to all these aliens or something. It's a pretty cute idea, and the animation was good. It was a pretty solid pilot, and it's all for free on YouTube. Alright. Now these weird bang thingies. My favorite is Knights of Guinevere and Lackadaisy. But Digital Circus is up there as well. Yeah, there are a lot of underrated cartoons for sure. Sorry if I'm not very talkative today. I don't really know what to talk about. I just hope that watching me sculpt is entertaining enough right now. Alright, well, I am pretty happy with this so far. Obviously there's still work to go, but script editing is still coming along. Haven't been focusing on it recently. Been doing puzzle assets lately. Oh yeah, that is a good question. Has anyone here seen Goat? And is it good? Yep. Ah, so I've seen multiple people now say the YouTube homepage is broken for some reason. That's weird. That's bizarre. Huh, that's weird. Let me check, too. Yeah, mine is also broken. Whoopsie daisy. Muggles4214 asks, watching you do this 3D modeling is wild. How long have you been into this kind of art? Since college. Oh my goodness. College was... Well, I started college like 7 years ago. That's weird to think about. I don't want to think about that anymore. Anyway. Ziggurat says, this looks like portfolio material, I think. Oh, thank you. Yay. Everyone on Twitter panicking because they can't eat without YouTube. Yeah, I know the feeling. How did L Major asks, how did you get into game development? I've been wanting to forever. College, I went to a game design course, but I don't think it's for everybody. I think it really depends on what you want to do, and if you can. I think one of the best ways to get taught is through mentorships, like one-on-one mentorships. Honestly. But also I think a good way to get into it is to do game jams. Iris asks, do you miss being part of the Brony community? No, not really. I have moved on. There are some good memories back then, but I'm on to new things now. Ali Rapaza says, not gonna lie, just the head alone made me think this is something Glitch would do if Knights of Guinevere was 3D instead of 2D, possibly between Meta Runner and Murder Drone airing days. AKA, it's peak. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Well, I am about ready to finish up here. Obviously it's not done, but I'll have to continue this another day. I probably won't even model her legs, I'll just do the skirt. Let me just do one more thing. How's Noirmore going? It's going quite well. Slow but steady. Been working on a lot of puzzle assets this month really, since January I've been working on puzzles. Because that's the gameplay, so that's where the core of the experience is. Okay, that's all I can do for today. I gotta head off for now, but I am really liking how it's turning out right now. Gonna get a screenshot of this. And save. Thank you all so much for coming to the stream today. Really enjoyed that. That was really fun. As you noticed, I wasn't really talking that much, mostly because I was really enjoying doing this. I was just kind of in a flow state of working. I really like what that comment said earlier about this kind of being what it might look like if it was one of their 3D shows. That's fun. I might have that be sort of the title of the artwork. When I post it, I was like, what if Knights of Guinevere was 3D? So, thank you all for joining me. I think this is the stream that has had the highest viewership for a while. So, thank you. Thanks everybody. I appreciate it. And next week, I might work more on this, or more on the cow. Probably work on this, just because it shouldn't be too much longer before it's done. And then get back on the cow. Get back doing the cow. And before I go, a reminder, make sure to wishlist Noirmore Academy on Steam. And make sure to like and subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you will never have to miss a stream. I'll see you all later.